Welcome, everyone, to It Tastes Different Gaming Podcast, the podcast with four different flavors coming from four different gamers. I'm your host, Russell Rowe, and I want to welcome my co host, Shane Eisterhold, Patrick Smith, and Nick Irwin.
Hey, Patrick, where can they find us?
Well, the first place you should check out is our website at ittastes.different.com. This is the place where you can subscribe to all of our streams and connect to all of our social media sites. You can also find us on Facebook at It Tastes Different. We're also on Instagram at It Tastes Different PC. And then last but not least is Twitter, where you can find us at It Tastes Diff.
What's on the menu? We poison the soup at the dinner party with Hitman 3. Hitman 3 is published and developed by IO Interactive. This is available on every platform out there pretty much. We got Windows, Switch, PS4 and 5, Stadia, Xbox One Series X, and Series S. This is a stealth game, single player. Those that are even remotely play video games know about the Hitman series. This is the third in the reimagined or reworked version of the game. So it's a very interesting game, but I'm not going to start it tonight. I think I'm going to pass it over to Patrick today to have him start this game.
Okay, yeah. This game, I will say I'm not a huge Hitman fan. I'm pretty sure I played all of the franchise. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do play the games when they come out. They're usually not a day one buy for me. They're usually like a sale buy for me. But, it's typical Hitman game. You can approach every mission however you want. And this game is basically set up and designed so that you play every mission multiple times so that you can get all the unlockables, all the secrets, all the hidden type stuff. So, it's a very short game if you just do a single playthrough on it. Because there's only, I think, like 5 missions, in there. So basically, it's really quick. And one of those 5 is one of the prologues, so basically the tutorial that kind of teaches you some of the gameplay. I don't want to give away too much of it, but for me, it's a game that I want to play when Hitman comes out. But it's, like I said, usually not a day one buy for me because they pretty much have the same process and philosophy they've had since they've been coming out. Find out who your target is, get your intel, and then go on and find the way that you want to kill your target. Nick, what do you think about this Hitman 3?
This, like you said, Hitman for me is also in the same boat. It's typically not a day one buy. It's usually when it goes on sale or something like that I typically pick up a Hitman game. I do find them a lot of fun. They can be a good time killer and just, you get to go out there and kill the assassinate whoever you're supposed to assassinate, either one or multiple people, however you like to. They pretty much give you all the tools and everything that you need to assassinate these characters, however you feel that you want to go about it. And there's no right or wrong way of doing it. So it is a fun game, though. It's a lot of fun just to go out there and just think of different ways that you could take out your target. And the game gives you a ton of options to do that, and that's kind of fun. We were kind of used to those games that kind of handhold you and kind of tell you where to go and what to do. And this game is just like, hey, you need to kill these 2 people or this person, and it's really up to you to figure out how you want to go about that. You can go up there and just shoot them, or you could do something more elaborate. There are challenges, so you can look at those to kind of get a better idea of certain ways that you could go about assassinating these targets, but it's really up to you and how you want to play and how you want to go about the mission. So that's when you first see it, you're kind of taken back by the amount of freedom that it gives you to just be able to decide what you want to do. You can do anything you want to in this game as far as taking out your targets. It's just whatever you come up with and how you want to do it. So there's a ton of options. I think it has a pretty good replayability, especially if you like certain missions and certain maps, or if you just want to try out some of the other challenges. As you beat a mission, it will unlock, depending on what you've done in the mission and certain challenges you've met, it will unlock other things like being able to start the mission in a different spot. Certain areas which maybe hold certain weapons like silence pistols, or maybe a sniper rifle or whatever, things like that. So, it does give you a lot of replayability. There's 3 different difficulty options that you can choose from. And depending on what you choose, is going to be, how hard you want it to be, as far as how the NPCs, the AI, notice your shenanigans and things when you're going around and changing disguises and stuff. But yeah, I think it's an all-around fun game. And like you said, Pat, it's not typically a game that I pick up day one in most cases, but I still find it a lot of fun. And it's not one of those games that I would pick up. I would wait till it's like $10 or anything like that. Like a $30 price tag for it, I think you're going to find a lot of fun in that. If you just wait a while and let it go on sale, you're going to have a fun time with it. It's still a good game at $60. I think it's just not one, me personally, and you, of course, personally, that we would typically pick up at that price point. We usually wait till it goes on sale for a bit and then pick it up and have fun with it. So that's my take on it. I think it's a great game, though. I think it's a lot of fun. Shane, what do you think of Hitman 3?
I always enjoy them. They're like you guys said. I mean, I think it's probably going to be a consensus, but it's not one I rapidly run out and buy on the first day. But it is a series I always enjoy. In a way, Hitman has become the Saints Row of Hitman, because it gives you more and more and more options and basically crazier ways of taking people out. One of the examples you gave me, Nick, on a mission we were talking about was the golf ball. You took out your target with an exploding golf ball. That's freaking hilarious. It just is. And that's one thing I enjoy about the series. It's getting kind of goofier and goofier with it, but they've kept a serious tone with the story, but the way you can go about doing your hits is almost comical if you choose to. You can be dead serious about it. I mean, you can track them down, watch their patterns, blah, 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 and then wait for that just right opportunity. Or you can go, you know what, I'm going to climb up here and see if I can drop an AC on his head. It gives you those options of whatever you dang near want, you can do. And that's what always makes these games better and better and better. And it is absolutely beautiful on the Series X. It is probably the closest thing that I've played to call next gen graphically. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. There is a story. I couldn't tell you what it is. It's just a hitman hitting people. That's really about it. But the overall game, though, it's worth the price, I think, and I'm enjoying it. I'm pretty sure we could all give a story about a hit that we remember fondly. What about you, Russ? What's your opinions?
For me, I'm not going to say I dislike this game. What I'll say is that this game is not made for Russ. I don't have necessarily the patience or anything with that, which is odd because as I was thinking about the review and I was really thinking of a way to compare it to something, it's like a stealth simulator. It's like all the simulators, the flying simulators, Sim City, all those had their little genres of like simulation, right? Well, this is about as close as you can get to a simulated stealth game of killing, like, kind of like a 007, or in this case, an Agent 47, like going in disguise and all that. And so with all those varieties, I end up just kind of losing myself in what to do on how to finish this guy, that I end up going in circles for a while, and then I'm kind of bored with it. I hate to say that because this game it's got a decent story. It's got, some good gameplay to it. It ends up boring me somehow. Again, 4 different flavors. We say it all the time. To each his own, and this is not my own. I'm not a very big fan of these games, though the game is the mechanics of the game are pretty strong. Like I wasn't getting caught on every single corner. The movement wasn't too terrible, like when you're traversing areas. There might have been some parts where when you're traversing some of the walls and stuff like that, that it might be a little sticky, but it was not really terrible. It was actually very smooth. That is important when you're playing a game like this, is that being smooth. So that wasn't too bad. I enjoyed that. I kind of disagree with the looks of the game, though it looks clean and crisp. I just I did not get the feel that this was a next gen game, and I guess I'm maybe expecting a little bit more realism within it, and maybe it might be the camera angle, the view of the third person part, possibly. I don't know, but I did. Everything looked good. It looked solid, but I guess I'm looking for something over the top. Maybe my expectations are set a little high, but overall, definitely, this is actually for me. Everybody's like, hey, it's a game on sale. For me, it's a game that I play after Patrick purchased it on sale. So, like, I wouldn't even purchase it on sale. I just wait till Patrick buys it, and then I'm like, oh, I'll try it, and I'll play it for like 2 hours, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I see what this is about. So, I hate to be the poo-pooer of the group this one around, but I'm truly not being trying to be 100%. To each his own with this game for sure. So that's what I have to feel. That's what I feel about it. So
Right. And I will say that these are not my favorite games, and that's why I normally wait for them to go on sale. The reason that I say that these are not my favorite games is because you know you get access to a specific set of missions, and they're not usually long. And when I say not usually long, I mean this one has I think five. I'm pretty sure it's five missions. You do the Dubai, you do the Dartmoor Manor, the Berlin Club, and then you do the Argentina place, the winery, and then you do the train. So, in every mission, except for the train, I will say except for the train because I'm going to eliminate that one from here. You spend an hour of that game just walking around, surveying the landscape, seeing what people are doing, planning your hits, planning your escapes, looking for secrets. I mean, every mission is that. But there's only five. And I'm not a multiple playthrough kind of person on games like this. I'll play through once to get the story through and to get some cool little kills. I may play one or two of the missions again just to try to do one of the cool escapes or one of the assassinations that I really want to do that I just didn't get to do. But outside of that, I beat the game because it's like I said, it's a set of five missions, and you basically once you've done them, you repeat them. That's what this type of game is. You rinse, repeat. Because like I said, first walkthrough of the game, first walkthrough of each mission is like an hour long, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I put at least an hour into every mission, kind of walking through, listening to the stories to kind of get tidbits on how to assassinate people or how to catch them off guard or something, or maybe something they do, or and just finding all the secrets of the map. And then you plan your assassination. You're like, okay, I got all this. I know she's gonna be here, and so I'm gonna do this and to take her out here. I mean, it could be as simple as you don't have to get that in depth, but just the way that I like to play is I like to plan it out. But you can go right in there and just cap them in the head if you want, and walk out or shoot your way out. You're penalized for shooting non-targets, except for the train mission. But in most of the missions, you're penalized for killing non-targets. So I'm kind of with Russ in that. I mean, I do not feel, because of the way that the game is played, and I'm not a replay person on this type of stuff. I don't feel it was a $60 buy for me, but I do like the game. It was a good game, and to me, it would have been a $30 buy game that I'd have been perfectly happy with. But at the $60 price point, it doesn't offer me $60 because I'm not likely going to play any of those missions again. To be perfectly honest with you, I want to play the Argentina one again and maybe the Berlin Club, but outside of that, I don't really want to play the others again because I did what I wanted to and I got how I wanted to. So, I mean, for me, it's a $30 game, and it's an on-sale game. If we weren't reviewing it, it would be an on-sale purchase for me.
I could agree with your price point. I'd probably go a little higher, but I enjoy these games probably more than anybody in the group. I can agree with the backtrack and replaying to a point, but you do unlock different things, and it's kind of neat to see what you could do differently, what you could improve upon. It's like I was talking to you guys earlier about that video of the kid who walked in on the very first mission. I probably spent an hour on the first mission, and planned it all out, figured it all out, blah blah blah. The video kid walks in. pulls out his pistol. He's able to catch both targets within the first few seconds, take them both out with his pistol, and run back out to the elevator.
Right, yeah,
That was
because they got the people that are beating the first mission in 8 seconds.
Yeah, and that's freaking awesome. Like I told you guys, it's like I would have never put that kind of thought into it. I mean, it was freaking awesome, and that's what makes this game
Right.
fun. Is it's a puzzle. How can I do this? How can I make it better? How can I be faster? How can I improve? Can I beat him to death with this pig? This pig on a stick.
Right, but I can only do that so many times. I don't know about you,
That
but
is
I can only once I've seen a mission, because really, like you said, I put in an hour plus on each mission,
Mhm.
and I'm like, learning where everything's at, learning the patrol patterns of the guards, and all this kind of stuff, and just learning what you need to avoid and what each thing does. Because honestly, I'm like, what do these propane tanks do, and why is there holes, and what can I do with these? And I spent time learning that and doing this and looking at all the challenges, going, okay, what challenges can you do right out of the bat? Because it looks like in the some of the challenges are locked behind a second playthrough. Like when you beat a mission, you get options such as, like Nick was saying earlier, you can start in different places with different disguises, and also things you can get access to things like there'll be a smuggling thing where they can smuggle items into the mission for you, so that hey, upstairs in the second bedroom there'll be a suitcase with sniper rifle or with exploding golf balls or whatever in it that you can use for this mission that you have to do a single playthrough to unlock. And I'm not that interested to play through again, but I knew what I was getting into when we got this game for review because it's the same concept again. I will say that if you purchased the Hitman 3 on console, you get access to the Hitman 2 locations to play through, which is kind of interesting. On console only, I heard that PC players had to actually pay for like an access pass to get that. So, point for console right there, I guess, huh?
That's right. Consoles rule.
But
Yeah, and so Patrick, this Hitman 3 has 6 missions.
Is it 6?
Six missions.
Which one did I miss? I missed Dubai.
I think you missed the one in China. When you go to I'm going to butcher the name here, like Chongqing. That's the one where you have to go through the labs and stuff, through the
Yeah,
apartments.
I did miss that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's right. There's also a hidden mission too. I haven't found it, but apparently there's a hidden mission.
I've not heard that. So yeah, I missed that one. So yeah, I forgot about that one because that one was really long. I will say because I got hung up.
That was a long mission. Yeah.
I got hung up on how to get into the apartment that was coded.
This game is fun. It's I don't know. I find these games like a lot of fun, and I do find some replay value depending on what I want to do. I did find a banana in the game, and I want to know how I can kill somebody with a banana.
I threw the banana at somebody, and it didn't do anything but piss them off. So I don't know what you do with it. Maybe you got to walk up behind them and just shove it in their mouth
choke them with it. I don't know.
I tried that too. I tried to sneak up and subdue somebody with a banana. I didn't do anything with the banana except for drop it. So
I will say that I did find chloroform in one of the missions, and I couldn't figure out how to use that one neither. I'm like, how do I knock this guy out with chloroform? Because it just was like a bottle. I tried to walk up behind him with the bottle in my hand, and it was just a normal subdue. I'm like, okay, need to find a rag somewhere.
Well, that's one of the things too. Right? You can find like certain ingredients in the game. There's that one where you're at the mansion. I think it's the second mission. Yeah, and you can find that plant out in the greenhouse, and then if you have the right items on you, you can mix a poison through the little chemical tray that's there, right? And then use that for something.
Yeah, because most of the poisons in the game don't kill targets unless you can get like there's like one spot where you can get the poison. They'll kill people in the game, but most of the poison like makes them have to go to the bathroom or makes them go vomit or something somewhere.
Yeah, but there ain't nothing like taking some dude out while he's got to take a dump. I mean, that's freaking hilarious.
And that's funny because that's what I did in the China one. I poisoned the guy's dinner while he was eating it and followed him to the bathroom.
Come on, man, let me poop before I die. Don't be found like this.
I didn't kill him, though. I just knocked him out and stuffed him in the hamper basket in the bathroom, I'm not an animal. Stuck him in there with all the dirty jock straps from the cooks. But
smell you smell.
But I will say that the missions were fun. The missions were fun. They were pretty long, The shortest mission is probably the last one, the train. I mean, the train is probably the shortest mission in my opinion because depending on how you want to play through it, I completely just walked through the train mission, killing everybody because it was free for all. Because they're all there. Because the story basically picks up where two left off, and you're hunting the partners of Providence down after you rescued Lucas Gray, because you rescue Lucas Gray in 2, and then in 3 you're just running back with him to try to hunt down the last 3 partners of Providence. So I mean, it's
right.
I will say, I would admit I like it. It's a good game. I'm not dissing on it that it's a bad game or anything. I'm just like, for me, I've caught my time in it and I'm all but done with it. So I didn't feel like I put. It takes a lot for me to feel a game is worth $60 for me, because when I look at a $60 game, I'm looking at 13 Sentinels going, how long did I put into that? That's a $60, $70 game. I put in an eighth of the amount of time into this as I put into that, and I completed it. I didn't 100% complete every mission, but I did every mission. I assassinated my targets and I escaped. But now that I've unlocked other stuff, I can go back and do each of them with different types of assassination and different different techniques. Because in the the Berlin nightclub one, there's more people than you have to assassinate so many people, and then the mission ends and they escape. But I think there's 5 or 6 different people you can actually assassinate in there, but you only have to assassinate 3 of them.
Yeah, I wanted to be I did take the DJ's clothes, but I wanted to be able to go in there and just start
DJing it up,
DJing while everybody's dancing, right? Which I'm sure you could probably do. But unfortunately I got caught, and then I just decided no, forget
shoot
that.
Your way out.
Yeah, but I was just I mean, man, I could go in and do that. But yeah, I mean, this game gives you a lot of replayability, and there are only 6 missions. And the way Hitman is for these new Hitman games, Hitman 1, 2, and 3, they are a live service, so they do add in new missions, and they do add in new characters to assassinate. I think in Hitman 1 or 2, they did even add in actual celebrities.
I wonder how they're going to do this one, because technically the story is over now.
Well, I mean, how they did with I think how they did in 2 and 3 was they just added in extra, as far as the missions go. Yeah. You can just throw a mission in there and say okay, this is during this portion they went and killed. I
guess they could do it like the side mission, because there is a side mission in the game.
Right.
I don't know if you saw that, where you got to run around as a Russian Soviet soldier and stuff like that. Where you're trying to break into
the
Russian
challenges and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a side mission that was called I can't remember what it was, but you had to infiltrate a Soviet military base, and there was a bunch of objectives that you have to meet, or it ended the side mission.
Yeah, and then there was the one where you go to the manor, which is the second one, where you can take over you can dress up as the detective, and then you solve the murder case.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, this game has a ton of. There aren't a lot of missions, and granted, the train mission, like you said at the end, that's very linear compared to the rest of the mission structure.
Yes.
It's really just kind of going from one end of the train to the next, and you can change disguises and stuff like that, or just kill everybody on your way, however you want to go about it. But it is very linear line that you're not trying to figure out how to assassinate this person. It just kind of ends the story at that point, but. Yeah. All these have been live services that have added new challenges, new weapons, and new ways to kill things, and adding in new people to assassinate and various things like that. So,
right. Yeah, and like I said, the challenges I kind of forgot about those, but like I said though, for me the replayability is just I'm not a big replay guy. I'm get through the story, tell me the story, cool, let me move on. But I will probably play some more of this, but I've been playing I'll do what Nick said, the challenges, because that is kind of what the cool part is that you get to do some stuff like that. One of the things I was trying to figure out how to do was to drown somebody. I'm how do you just drown them besides knocking them out and rolling them into the fountain or the bathtub or something? So that's a challenge that I wanted to do. Was how do you drown somebody? You got to taking a bath and you just kind of leap in there and shove them under the water,
Yeah. I want to do one of the missions where they give you the sniper rifle. I just want to be that assassin, way in the back with that sniper rifle, just waiting for that target to come across the window or something.
Well, the Berlin one, the Berlin nightclub one is that one for you. Once you beat it, you can get a sniper rifle.
Right, that one does unlock the sniper rifle. Yeah. But I'd love to do like the second one with the mansion with that old lady just sniper
Well,
from the window.
yeah, there's a challenge to do that.
Yeah. So, it's got some cool stuff to do. And if you don't mind replaying the same missions, I mean, you can take them a different way. The detective that comes in, you don't have to just steal his disguise. You can sneak in and steal someone else's disguise and be someone else, and take out the family a whole different way, or look at the challenges. I mean, there was every mission had at least like 4 to 6 different challenges for it, which were
easy.
which were not about assassinating the targets. They were just
Right.
about like doing different stuff within there, like I said, like the manor one, which I think is the second mission, being that detective. Like, you don't kill anybody, you just solve a murder case.
Right.
Right. And then at the end, you have to kill your targets, of course. But, that whole challenge was just going through the paces of being that detective. So that was really cool, I thought.
Yep. It's got some interesting, and it's Hitman. I mean, that's what they do. It has you basically trying to approach this from different perspectives and doing it over and over. But for me, that's a little bit hard to get back into. I want something I've not done, so it's hard for me to go back in there and do that again, because to me, I already know. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I spend a lot of time just observing in those games, looking at, like I said, patrol patterns and how these guys go from there to there and how they do movements, and where I can catch them when they're by themselves, or where my pinch points at to where I get into trouble if I get seen and stuff like that. So I spend a lot of time in each mission just doing that before I go, okay, I'm going to start, and I'm going to kill this one like that, and I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then, and then getting out. That's how, because I went through, and like I said, I spent over an hour in every mission just walking around in disguise, looking in places and seeing where the guys who can detect each different disguise, because a disguise will only get you so far in Hitman until you run into this place where that person can't go, and you're like, okay, what happens if I steal this guy's disguise, or what happens if I do that disguise, and where does this one get me and that one get me? And I spent a lot of time just doing that and going, okay, this is how I need to approach this then, and I'm basically planning it out, but I'm also, like I said, swapping out disguises and seeing who can go where. Like, I don't know if you guys did, but in the Dartmoor Manor, I took the lawyer's clothes.
I took everybody's drawers in that one. I mean, everybody was running around naked when I was done.
The secret hidden room in that manor was completely full of unconscious people. I ran out of storage space in the bins and I had to start sticking them in the secret rooms.
All right. So, what was everybody tell me your favorite takeout?
I don't know. That might be spoiler territory there, don't you think?
Yeah, but man, I really want to brag. All right, we'll do a spoiler cast next time. But there is some really inventive ways you can take people down, and
well, yeah,
it's pretty awesome to see what people come up with and people find.
Well, yeah, because I mean, we were just talking about the Dartmoor Manor. I think there's 4 different story mission type ways to kill her in that one. I mean, you just start listening to people in different areas, and you'll find out that she's going to go do this, and I want you to kill her that way, or she's going to go do that, and kill her that way. She's going to be there, and they kill her this way, and then it's it says make sure she's here, and kill her from this angle or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
lots of different ways to kill people.
Yeah,
the way God intended.
Yeah, but I think it's a fun game. It's got a lot of replay value, and the thing about Hitman is, it's one of those types of games that if you're new to Hitman, your best thing to do is to kind of look into, is kind of research the game, right? First and foremost, to see if it's a type of game that you're going to like and enjoy, because I think it does have its own grouping of gamers that like that type of game and will enjoy that type of game. And so, like in Russ's case, it's not for everyone, right? And so it's really, you got to, if you don't know the Hitman franchise, which you should, I mean, it's been around forever, but if you don't know it, definitely look it up and check out reviews or gameplay videos and various things, like maybe some of the older Hitman or something, because they all basically follow that same type of formula. And so, take a look at those before you jump into this one. If you played the Hitman 1 and 2, the previous ones from this, you're going to expect the same stuff, just better and more options and various things like that because it's a third iteration of the new Hitman series.
Yeah, the
But
trilogy series that came out.
yeah, but if you have never seen it before or never experienced Hitman, this is a great trilogy of games to get into. I know me and Shane played a lot of Hitman 1. I don't think we ever played Hitman 2, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty much the same as with a little bit more features and stuff as Hitman 1 was, or the new trilogy of games. And then now we have the third iteration of that new trilogy, and it continues to grow on top of what we enjoyed in the first one at least.
I guess you brought up a good point there. If you played 2, you could actually carry over equipment into 3 if you can get logged into your account.
Right. Yeah, right now the Hitman
You can carry over that banana.
site, the Hitman site it was, I don't know if it still is, but it was taking quite a beating of people trying to carry over their progress. But if that slowed down, yeah, if you played Hitman 1 and 2, you can Hitman 2, you can carry over your stuff from there. So that's really cool. That makes it really cool. Like, if you put them all together, that's a really big game, right? There's a ton of missions to do and everything, especially if you buy, like, I'm sure they have a trilogy bundle or something like that, or going to, where you can have all 3 games. Because you can, in Hitman 3, you can play every mission from Hitman 1 and 2 if you have them, I'm assuming, installed on your console or whatever.
I thought it was just from Hitman 2. Was it from 1 as well?
Yeah, because if you go in the main menu, the main menu, you can see like prologue, and then they have Hitman, Hitman 2, and then Hitman 3. I think you can only carry over your Hitman 2 progress, but like if you were to play the game brand new, you could buy all 3 or buy the Hitman trilogy. I'm sure they have that out there that has all 3 games in it, and then you could start from 1, from Hitman 1 to 3, all within the same interface.
That's interesting, yeah, because I was trying to look through there, and I thought I only saw the Hitman 2 locations, but maybe I just missed the 1 locations.
Yeah, I remember seeing the Hitman 1 locations in there, because I was picking through them, because we have Hitman 1, and I was like, why can't I choose these? And I think I just had to have it installed. But that's cool, especially, now that the trilogy's, I think this trilogy, this is the finale, right? And I'm sure they'll make other Hitman games.
More
this
spin-offs,
is the finale of, spin-offs or whatever, but this is the finale of this trilogy that IO created. So if you're just starting out, buy all 3 and you can just play them all. So that's probably, at least if there's 6 missions each, that's a lot
or
of missions.
Or just get 3 and you can play them all in 3.
Yeah.
All the locations. Also, just don't forget, this game also works in VR.
Yes. Yep. If you have the PlayStation, it's automatically set up for the PSVR, and I'm not sure about PC though.
Yeah, I think it's only PlayStation VR.
I believe it's on PlayStation.
And there's no multiplayer in this one, which is a little bit interesting. I think it's
there's supposed to be Go ahead.
There's
the
no
Sniper
multiplayer.
Challenge.
Sniper Assassin is single player.
No.
Yes.
No.
There's a
yeah.
sniper. Me and Nick done it.
Go into Hitman 3. You can't do
Hitman 2,
multiplayer.
there was.
There is no in Hitman 3. There is no multiplayer.
In the
I
Sniper
would
telling
like
you
to
right now.
verify that, according to Wikipedia, it is a single-player game.
Yeah, there's no multiplayer in
I
Hitman
think that was
3.
just 2, Nick. I think that's what we're thinking.
Yeah, it must have been just
Because I went to look at that too. I'm like, can we do some multiplayer stuff? Like, let's do some multiple assassins in there and see how many people we can kill in a mission or something. And nope. Because I was gonna say this was like because they had the sniper thing in 2, the sniper assassin.
Yeah.
But in this one, there's a sniper assassin mode, but it's completely single player.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be a DLC coming with multiplayer. What I was told today, I don't know if it's factual, but there's supposed to be a DLC coming to it.
Yeah, and
Because
Hitman 2.
Yeah,
I remember
Hitman 2 had
played
it, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know if it was more than 2 players though. I can't remember.
It was
I think
2
it was only 2. I think it was only 2 player. But it was the sniper challenges, and you could play it together. But yeah, it says, I just see it here. It says Hitman 3 sniper challenge is a single player experience only.
Yeah,
we are
that kind
preparing
of
to
sucks.
sunset the co-op servers for Hitman 2 before the launch of Hitman 3, and we'll share the exact timeline and solution to the mode's multiplayer trophies in the coming months.
So they're actually going to do so that basically says they're going to do multiplayer trophies for 3, huh?
That's what it sounds like. So it sounds like at some point, like Shane was saying, they are going to have a sniper challenge in Hitman 3 that is going to be co-op. And they also have this mode called, which I didn't see in there, but it may have been there, a ghost mode, which is 1 versus 1 competitive multiplayer.
That was removed before release, I think. It's probably going to be added back.
It's going to be added back because it's on IO's website here.
Yeah.
Ghost mode won't be featured in Hitman 3. We have made the difficult decision to shut down the Ghost mode servers for Hitman 2 on Monday, 31st August 2020. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that holds in store for the multiplayer, but...
it seems like multiplayer is kind of dead in Hitman. That's kind of sucks, because the sniper challenge that me and Shane played in Hitman 2 was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can still download it, I believe.
Well, the servers are shut down, so you can't play it
So
anymore.
it won't do no good to download it.
Yeah.
Multiplayer modes are shut down.
Why? Oh, well.
That's one way to not have to support a multiplayer game. Just shut it down. We're done.
Yeah, shut down the servers. Just get rid of them all.
But cool. I mean, we all, for the most part, I agree with you guys. It's a fun game, and it held my interest. But now that I ran through the missions, I don't know how much more I'll play again. But there may be other lulls in our time where I want to pull this one out and try to assassinate somebody in a different manner, or maybe they'll put in some multiplayer that'll be pretty cool, and we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be one of those instances for me, especially just like you, Pat, where I don't know if I'll come back to Hitman 3 anytime soon, but it's one of those things where, like, if I got nothing else to play, I might be like, I'll try one of the missions and do one of the challenges. I think in Hitman 1, that was kind of the case with me, too, is where I didn't know what to play or didn't have anything to play, and I just popped it on and decided to, hey, let's try one of these challenges out and see if I could do it.
All right. Cool. Anybody else got anything additional they want to put on this one? Russ, you want to drop in any last little nugget there for the...
No, I mean, unfortunately, a game like this, I'm not going to have much to say during the podcast, just because it's not like I hate the game. It's just not a preferred game for me. It is what it is, but like, I don't want to deter anyone from getting it if this is something they like to do. That's for sure as well. But for me, it was definitely not something that's in my wheelhouse. But hey, I'm glad everybody else enjoyed it. If they get a multiplayer, definitely will be in it with the guys. So here's hoping.
All right, Nick, Shane, you guys got anything additional for this one?
No. Tell us your favorite ways you've killed people in this thing. Let us know.
I think we know Shane. He drank the poison already.
Oh, just a little bit. I'll be to the bathroom soon.
He drank the ricin, so he's going to be pooping and coming back later.
Where'd the killer go? There's his trail.
Oh, don't wear that guy's clothes. Don't change into his outfit. He didn't make it in the bathroom fast enough. All right. Well, that concludes this episode of the Hitman 3 review from us. So we hope to catch you guys in the next episode.